So that's another location where it's advisable to clear the location out before you actually try tower capture or anything like that. We might actually just spam this tower to its highest extent, and then bother with the factory and start like retroactively working on some of these other things, because I think we've opened up enough of a lead. Okay, we got 19 days before, or basically 19 assignments, because each assignment is 1 day, before we have to worry about missing our window for that achievement. Let's clean it up. Excuse you, doggo. Nobody asked for your opinion. So yes, to spare the computers that people typically had back when these games came out, the developers pulled the smart by instituting a bit of an entity limit, which is why you can see zombies essentially spawning onto the map by means of... They start outside the map and then they walk into the zone. That's done so that you don't have a full 31 zombies crawling around on the map throughout the thing, causing slowdown. That's a zombie horde. Whereas this time around, we actually have explosives. Glad I gave my stamina a bit of a boost. I didn't get a chance to fully explore the area. That's a pickle. Okay, so let's grab the tower. I mean, I think the AR is probably my workhorse, so I'll probably upgrade that first, but again, because of the expense of upgrading factories and so forth, I am prioritizing the mechanism that makes the gold over all other considerations. Once I have that, we can start enhancing tactical capabilities beyond what is strictly necessary to get the job done. Because that's what I've been doing. I've been keeping it efficient by only spending the gold on those tactical items that are absolutely essential for the mission at hand. I mean, Mark actually did a video on The Last Stand, which, that's among the list of these Flash games I'm going to be playing. I have a slight concern about the fact that all the ones I'm doing are basically zombie titles. Well, zombies, and do pardon the pun, zombies hadn't been done to death quite yet when this came out. Unfortunately, there's only so many times you can revisit the classic zombie trope before people start getting sick of it. Definitely need my machine gun upgraded.
There's a noise in my head. Like after the game Insectinator, zombie mode.
That's a little bit of a shameless internal self-promotion. Okay, the danger levels on these sites is starting to get a little spicy. However, gotta stay the course for a minute. So another tower modification. Jeez, it didn't take long for 27 zombies to come out of nowhere.
This wound on my arm hurts. It's probably infected. I need to get medicine.
Were you perchance bitten by a zombie? I don't like how high the rates here are getting. My factories are only producing half of what they could be. In addition, let's look to a few more upgrades. The old standby is in desperate need of a boost. I think we can float the others for a minute, and I don't want to spend more than that right now. So now we have the M60 instead of the M16. Slower rate of fire, but we hit about twice as hard. This weapon is so efficient, we hit the enrage stat for the first time during this playthrough. Boom, shakalaka.
One more day has passed.
The trouble is now we're going to end up getting sidetracked into reinforcing older zones, and it's going to slow down our progress on the zones we're working on now. Because of our ammo upgrade, we can potentially try to push these areas a bit higher. Now for these, I guess we'll go rocket for this one. Middle one and the last two are probably going to be cannon, so we're going to go rocket for this one. And we're going to face a lot of resistance, but this M60's got a lot more oomph. And there's already a dog rush, because of course there is. So we're actually killing two birds with one stone here, because not only are we making the accumulation of danger slower every day, but each mission of this we run, we're reducing the danger level.
Blood, pieces, shooting, punches. I guess it's Monday?
But for me, it was Tuesday. So, another tower mod, this time a straight-up upgrade.
When I came back to the base, I met a dog on the outside. It ran near me, but I didn't let it go inside.
Okay, so how are we doing on Explorer? I have 13 days. Yeah, you can see that knocked the danger down quite a bit, and it's going to be slower to accumulate back up again. So before this gets any further out of hand, we're going to bounce between these two a bit before we come back to maybe give that one a third level. So we are taking over the city right now. Pretty much. That's all it is. We're taking over we're taking this town over. We're painting it red. Now, I often find it interesting in zombie fiction, particularly in the form of video games, where our main character can get bitten or otherwise damaged by zombies over and over again, yet never seems to become infected and turn into one. I mean, Resident Evil eventually had to give this sort of casual hand wave of, oh, well, our main characters just happen to be immune, or at least resistant to the disease, and it's like, well, that's awfully convenient, isn't it? Why don't we see more of that? Like, nope, just these guys here? Huh? Is that how we're rationalizing this?
I'm used to the smell of these creatures. Before, I tried not to.
Yeah, we heard that one already. Yeah, another little bit of the damage, down a bit. And what the heck, let's just ramp it up a step further, shall we? Let's get this tower maxed out. 1,200 to max out the tower. Egads. This is why we need that gold. Like I said, the money, you need that money. Even in the zombie apocalypse, gotta make that paper. Where? Get off my generator. I mean, has anybody else noticed that, like, the development cycles for video games these days have just gone through the roof? I mean, I remember back in the day a game could be announced and you could probably expect it inside of a year. Nowadays a game is announced and you're waiting 3 years for it to actually release. And no, I ain't just talking about Cyberpunk. Even though that is a classic example.